presents the 1985 American League Championship Series. Tonight from Exhibition Stadium in Toronto, Ontario, it's the Kansas City Royals and the Toronto Blue Jays.
Led the American League in ERA at 2.48. His opponent tonight, Charlie Leibrandt, was second in that department at 2.69.
How early was Steve? If he drops down a little more sidearm, the slider flattens out. If he's over the top, he has much better action.
In the left center field, Bell and Mosby, it's George Bell. He's the guy who squeezed the last out in their division clincher Saturday against the Yankees. Broken bat, Steve knocks it down and has time. 2 out. Right there. And in the final 6 games, Brett had 5 homers and 13 RBIs and hit .450.
Steve threw a very hard overhanded curve the last pitch.
Well hit the center field. Mosby going back. And it's off the wall on the fly. A 2-out double for George Brett. And twice by Bud Black. Orta pops it up. It looks playable. Garth Orge is in foul territory now. Fair as he puts it away. Brett is stranded. George Brett, a man who always responds in the showcase, a .338 lifetime hitter in league championship play. And the year at Omaha in the American Association. He went 7-1 there, earned a promotion.
Actually, when they've got the bat, but they win a big one when they're catching.
There's a broken bat and a roll at a short. Biancalana got him.
That's what he does so well. He's come up with that little cut fastball, a fastball that will run in, not a slider, get it in on the fist of the right-handers.
Because they begin looking for that changeup a little bit, and then he comes in with the heater and really backs them off. Hit sharply, but right at Biancalana. And that's the 2nd out.
I think Buddy Biancalana has already learned after the couple of trips in here this year and in practice before the game that little bit of a hump.
A graduate of Miami of Ohio and a product of the Cincinnati Reds organization. A little check swing flare into short left center, and it falls in. There goes Bell going for 2. He's there.
Bobby Cox's Blue Jays this year.
A soft pop into right field, and Sheridan is there. That'll do it. Just as the Royals did in the top of the 1st, the Blue Jays waste a 2-out double, and right fielder Pat Sheridan in the top of the 2nd. Garcia to his left. Throws him out.
It'll be interesting to see the mobility of Damaso Garcia. Frank White at times, as we look at this swing and a hard slider down in the way, batted in the 4th spot to protect Brett. He's got the slider tonight, folks. He might do something.
It's the first strikeout for Steve as White is sent packing on 3 pitches.
Lee May has really helped this guy. He's made him a little more selective at the plate. They think they can get him out upstairs, in and away upstairs.
Willie Upshaw in foul ground on the Balboni pop, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Dave Stieb. 1.5 gone by at Exhibition Stadium. No score. Although 2 of the 3 games were close. 1-0 pitch to Jesse Barfield. Line drive into center, and Willie Wilson won't get there. For a big man, Barfield can run. He's stolen 22. Wow. It hit him.
He looked like he tried to overthrow a fastball, perhaps with one eye on Barfield 1 time, but Bobby Cox, when they had trouble scoring runs in September, sacrificed a few more times.
Swinging and lining it to left. Lonnie Smith almost in his tracks, has it, and drops it. They may still have the play at 3rd, and they do. Hit sharply and through by the diving Balboni. Here's Sheridan's throw from right field. The Blue Jays have the lead.
Dominican Republic, and they had to do something with it. Get him back up there with the doctors.
He didn't hit it well, but he hit it in a good spot, and it's 2-0 Toronto. There's another base hit. Let's see if Witt can score. No, they stop him. The bases are loaded. Jimmy Williams put up a stop sign, and Witt took heed.
Territory on that right side if he gets hold of the ball.
Popped up, and it's Brett in foul ground. 2 out. Grounded to short. Biancalana has it. They'll leave the bases loaded, although they score twice. So it's a happy Blue Jay nest, and we'll be right back after these messages from your local station. Willie Wilson, George Brett, Hal McRae when he gets in there, Frank White. Chopper down to third, Garth Orge. Guns Sundberg out.
You've got to wonder how much experience means after you've been through what Toronto has.
It's a walk that Stieb doesn't want to give up. He's been known to glare at guys once they get down to first base. He fans Biancalana on the high fastball.
He has the same kind of perfectionist temperament, and he shows a lot of emotion, as Jack Morris of the Tigers does, down the strikeout rate. He is known to throw his glove in the air and all kinds of things. Yell at his infielders, not over the last month.
Lonnie Smith pops it up. And Upshaw will squeeze it. A second consecutive 1-2-3 inning for Dave Stieb, who has now retired 7 consecutive Royals. And he clings to a 2-0
association. The Umpires Association, Richie Phillips, a week or so ago, said they might not work. Now, are they going to work the whole thing or just tonight?
Spanked into right center field, and it may go to the wall. Extra bases for Cliff Johnson. Around second, and stops there. Double. Leibrandt against Barfield with Johnson at second. Nobody out. Bottom of the third. Walking.
That may get the bullpen up again for Kansas City.
Leibrandt hit Upshaw with a pitch in the second, and he would later regret it. Liner to center. It's in there. Wilson on the short hop. They try for the fourth and second and almost get it, but the bases are loaded. His earliest exit of the season. And now, as expected, Garth Orge is pulled back, and Rance Mullenix.
He uses the entire field, the left field corner as well as the right field corner, Mullenix.
Into center field, Willie Wilson won't get it. Everybody moves up one station. 3-0 Toronto with the bases still loaded at this point. He walked him to force in a run.
On the left side, they think someday he might hit 15 home runs.
He hits this one right on the nose, but Sheridan will catch it. The runner tags at third and scores. It's 5-0 Toronto.
He'll hit him a few double plays.
Off-speed pitch and a little bloop. Balboni got it.
You've got Stieb throwing the way he was in this ball game. He has set down 7 in a row to this point. The third after.
In the air to deep center, Willie Wilson, short of the track, makes the catch. But Toronto scores 3 more times in the bottom of the 3rd. And with the cheer, Willie Wilson against Stieb in the top of the 4th with the Royals trailing 5-0. A roller down to Upshaw, takes it himself.
It's right there what they want to do to Willie Wilson. Remember the Philadelphia Phillies in that World Series, they just kept running that fastball in as hard as they could, not much off-speed.
With his .335 performance this year, Brett has raised his lifetime mark 2 points to .316. He's hit over 300 9 times. Another base hit for him. A sharp line drive into right center. Barfield cuts it off. He has a great arm, and trailing 5-0. Brett puts all the factors together and holds.
That's what this defensive outfield does.
And teammates alike from time to time with his attitude. He got order. He was behind him 3-0 and really unleashed some heat to strike him out on that pitch.
Now that was 90 plus. I believe that one. That crack was good in this game. Wind's blowing in from left field.
Hit hard and backhanded by Mullenix, who has replaced Orge at third. And he goes to the bag for the force on Brett. Stieb congratulates Mullenix.
Bell's a good low ball hitter. They want to keep the ball up if they can.
Up the middle, Biancalana can't get it. George Bell is 2 for 3. Off-speed pitch, he checked his swing. Biancalana comes in. Johnson doesn't run well.
Here goes Bell.
Going for third. Brett can't get back, and it's over his head. Dave Collins. Collins moved on to Oakland, of course, in the Bill Caudle transaction. Curveball hit into right center field. Sheridan going back, and he's got it.
Now that ball tied Jesse Barfield up inside a hanging.
Mullenix next. Into center field, Willie Wilson comes on. Technically, this will be an earned run because if Bell is assumed to have been safe at third, and that would be the logical assumption, he would have scored on Barfield's fly ball. 3 and the ugly 166 strikeouts. There's another one.
Took something off his breaking ball. Stieb will throw a curve and a slider. And do a bunch of things with that fastball. He just took something off into City about 4:30. Wow.
Look at that curveball. I mean, we're talking vapor lock when you see that baby coming. It seemed to start about 30 feet up the third baseline.
Boy, when he is up, more 3/4 inside on him, you can see the downward movement.
Biancalana grounds to Upshaw. Another easy inning for Stieb, featuring his 4th and 5th strikeouts. Fernando had hampered him in the last month.
Mark Gubicza, who had just 1 relief outing, but
Gubicza is a Philadelphia product, born and raised there. 6'5" and 210. Mullenix skies one to right center. Sheridan and Wilson, and it's Sheridan just short of the track.
now like Barfield, Gubicza, now that was 93. He won pitch early in the count to Witt and 1 to Mullenix. That may have been in the mid-90s.
Another fastball has popped up. Easy chance for Brett. There are some who say that Brett may win the Gold Glove this year, and his improvement defensively has been overshadowed by another. The doctor is George Brett. And Boggs did outdistance him. Fernandez rolls to his opposite number, shortstop Buddy Biancalana, and he made it close at first base, but it's a 1-2-3 inning for Gubicza out of the bullpen.
Breaking ball. Mullenix tight at third in case he tries to drop a bunt down.
Curveball hit into left center field, and George Bell glides over. 1 out.
Dave Stieb now with the 6-0 lead is going to just... Also, Doyle Alexander in this staff, it's like having a second pitching coach. He knows how to dissect the lineup, and he really wants to get Wilson out. They got him. And Brett come to the plate without the man on base.
They checked with Ted Hendry down at third, and Wilson is a goner. Sixth strikeout for Stieb.
That weight shift the late Charlie Leibrandt talked about, he can drive the ball in the left center and dead center field. He hit one to dead center about 450 the other day. Wow.
Called third strike.
When Stieb charged up, he just bolted off the pitcher's rubber.
And that's the flip side. Some say he's... Garcia leading it off in the bottom of the sixth. 6-0 Toronto. Sheridan with a chance in right, and he has it. So Garcia is 1 for 4. A chopper to short. Biancalana on the high hop, has to hurry, and got him barely.
That's a sign running that hard that Lloyd Mosby, for the rest of this series with Piers, that is...
No 20-game winner. In fact, only one pitcher won as many as 15. That was Doyle Alexander. Nobody in the top 5 in any of the major offensive categories. In the air to right, Sheridan coming toward the line, loses his cap but not the ball. The Blue Jays didn't have any all-star starters, and yet only the Cardinals in all of baseball.
He was fearful he would be too strong and not have the strike zone under control. He's still popping the ball well.
Orta reaches for it and bounces it to Garcia. A little flip to Upshaw for the first out.
He got a great pitch here. He just throws a fastball about low 90s, and then he comes over the top.
Leibrandt, who was knocked out early tonight. Bud Black tomorrow. Saberhagen in Game 3 at KC, and then Danny Jackson in Game 4. Wow. There's strikeout number 8. Sheridan with a brief disagreement with Dave Phillips. But Phillips is not their problem.
And he'll get a lot of called third strikes. He's done that already today.
Well hit by Frank White, but George Bell is there to take it. It's the third consecutive 1-2-3 inning for Stieb.
The clincher takes the start of this series if it goes 7 away from Saberhagen, who's been their ace.
Cliff Johnson went around and strikes out to open the 7th. I'll get Acker in there and give Stieb a couple innings rest. Not extend him too far. Barfield draws a 1-out walk.
Dave Stieb with hitting instructor Cito Gaston. Situations. You can probably count on it.
There he goes. Swing and a miss. Throw by Sundberg. He stole it. So Upshaw fans as Barfield steals second. 1.5 after they lost the first game of that 4-game series at Yankee Stadium on September 12th. Biancalana gloves the soft liner, and that takes care of Rance Mullenix and the Blue Jays in the 7th. Stieb and company lead it 6-0. We'll be back.
This year.
Curveball is lofted to center. Mosby calls and puts it away.
He may be just loosening up to see how the elbows reacted. Throwing a couple days in a row.
1-2 pitch. Curveball hit into left center. Mosby and Bell. Shaker wants it, and he has it.
Mr. McPhail would have been longer. In fact, they're going to have the Leland McPhail Trophy awarded to the winner of this playoff.
Well hit by Dane Orge, and that is up the gap for extra bases. It'll be a pinch hit double for Dane Orge.
Mullenix was like 6th on the list.
I thought Mark Funderburk was up there, as well as Billy Joe Robideau. Lonnie Smith with a drive to center that chases Mosby almost to the warning track, but he makes the graceful catch. No runs, a hit. Only the third Stieb is allowed. And a man is
6-run deficit. He's going to bring on Danny Jackson, scheduled to be a starter, but I think he feels he's bailing out. He throws so hard.
Slapped down at first. Balboni fields it and throws to Jackson covering. Balboni is not mobile, but he has pretty good hands. See him frequently, Tony. He is already the best defensive shortstop in the American League. But his detractors will say, as he pokes one up the middle for a one-out single, that he made 30 errors this year, and only Julio Franco of the Indians made more among all.
Flip throws that get away. He's only 23, first full year.
Garcia finds the hole, first pitch swinging. Fernandez will stop at second. Garcia is now 2 for 5. On the other hand, continuing
talking age, offensive production, although Ozzy's had an outstanding offensive year this year.
Jackson makes quick work of Mosby, striking him out on 3 pitches.
There's George. George Sparky Anderson, who last year just ran through postseason play.
Look what happens. 2 on, 2 out. Bell has 2 hits. Slow roller down to White. 6-time Gold Glover throws Bell out. The Blue Jays don't score, but they sit comfortably with a 6-0 lead. Henke from the compensation pool. After Texas signed Cliff Johnson as a free agent, the Blue Jays were entitled to a selection out of that pool, and Texas didn't protect Henke. Wilson lines a leadoff single to center. Now, if you're sitting in the Texas front office now with Cliff Johnson gone, how do you view that transaction?
That was the big strike issue, the 50-some-day strike. Neither side bothered about it. Upshot playing behind Wilson.
That was the big deal in '81, and then it just went away in the new negotiations. Brett is 3 for 4. Wilson will streak to third. 5 hits for the Royals, and 3 of them belong to George Brett.
Stieb had a big lead shut out a couple of times in these situations and lost, and once Minnesota, once Cleveland.
Orta with a fly ball down the right field line. Barfield into the bullpen, has room. Wilson's not coming home because of the score and because of that guy's arm.
He's throwing harder than Stieb was, and Stieb had it up to, what, 92?
I don't trust this gun.
Cuba's a 93. It can be inconsistent. Some things deflect off screens and fork ball.
Upshaw gets one. Henke covers. Safe. He couldn't hold the ball, and they don't have the shutout. Wilson comes across with what appears to be a consolation run. Mosby in center field. Tracks it down. Just a murmur of protest from the Royals in the top of the 9th. They score their only run.